Hi everyone, I'm Chloe. I'm the Families Programmer for JW3 and welcome back to Crafternoon. Today we'll be making a toilet roll dog and a Pom-Pom Hedgehog. So for your toilet roll dog, you will need a cardboard toilet tube, some Pritt stick, scissors, a black felt tip and a brown felt tip, a small A5 piece of brown paper, a grey or white piece of A4 paper, and a small piece of white paper. So we're going to take our grey piece of A4 paper and we're going to measure just like we did last week with the toilet roll tube at the top and cut halfway down. And now we're going to put some glue at the top of the paper and we're going to stick on the toilet roll tube. Okay, there we go. So you should have something that looks like that. Now we're going to put the rest of the Pritt stick glue down the paper and roll it along. So make sure you cover all of this and roll it down. If there are some bits on the edge like you have on mine, just cut them off to make it even. So now we have our covered toilet roll tube, so we're going to set him there for the minute. Then we're going to get the smaller piece of brown paper and we're going to cut some ears and a tail. I'm going to take my pens, I'm going to draw them out just so I know I've got the shape right. Okay, so there's one ear, so I'm going to cut that out and then I'll trace over it and cut a second one out. Okay, there's one ear, so I'm going to trace over, make sure it's the same. Okay, so now I've got two ears and I'm going to colour them in. So I'm going to take my brown pen and just give them a little bit of detail in the middle. Like this. I'm going to do the same to the next one. So now I've got two ears. I'm going to put some Pritt stick on them and stick them either side of my toilet roll tube. Okay, there we go. So now my dog has two ears. And then we're going to take our brown paper again. We're going to cut out a tail. There we go. Okay, so I've got my tail. I'm going to give that a bit of colour detail as well. Okay, then I'm going to put some Pritt stick. Instead of putting it on the back, I'm going to put it on the front, on the bottom. Just here, because we're sticking it to the back of the toilet roll tube. So it sticks out like this. Okay, now we're going to make a nose. So I'm going to take my brown paper again. Same thing, so I'm going to draw a little triangle for the nose and then cut around it and stick it on. Okay, so we'll put some Pritt stick on the back of that and stick it on the front. There we go. Then we're going to take my brown pen and I'm going to give it a little mouth. There we go. Now all our dog needs is some big eyes. So that's where our white paper comes in. So I'm going to cut out two circles. Make sure they're both the same size. So now I've got two white circles. I'm going to put some black dots in the middle so we know that they're eyes. Okay. So now I've got both my eyes. I'm going to put some Pritt stick on the back of them and then stick them onto my dog. Okay, so he's got eyes, ears, nose and a tail. Let's make him some paws. So we're going to cut out some more circles from our brown paper, two small ones just like the eyes. Okay, so on our two brown circles we're going to draw some paws. So I've got my brown pen back, do one little circle at the bottom and then three bigger ones on the top. And then we're going to stick them onto the dog. There we go, all finished. And there we have our toilet roll dog. So the next thing we're going to be making is a Pom-Pom Hedgehog. So for this you will need a ball of colourful yarn, if you have one. You can also use string, some Pritt stick, some scissors, a small A5 piece of brown paper and a small A5 piece of white paper. You will also need one of these. So this is a Pom-Pom Maker. It's made out of cardboard, and I have just cut, if you imagine cutting an H, a capital H, but without the bit at the top. So it kind of looks like a ladder or a house with the door missing. So if you can try and make something that looks like that, that is your Pom-Pom Maker. So with our A5 piece of brown paper, we're going to fold a bit of it in half like this. And then we're going to draw kind of the shape of an ice cream. And we're going to cut it out. So we're going to need to do a nice pointy nose. And then a circular body like this. So it looks like half an ice cream at the moment. So we're going to cut that out. Okay, so now we have our full hedgehog body, and we need to give the hedgehog some legs and arms. So go to the edge of your piece of paper so you know you're going to have a straight line. That's going to be one of the feet. So if you do that 4 times, then you'll have all of the arms and legs. Let's cut them out. Okay, so now we're going to stick them on the bottom of our hedgehog. So you want to put some glue on the top of your legs. There we go. So there's one, and you're going to stick one here, one here, one here, and one here. So on each corner of your hedgehog. So now our hedgehog has legs. Let's give our hedgehog some eyes, and let's take our piece of white paper. We're going to cut out some small circles. Let's stick them down. And let's get our black pen. There we go. Now we get our Pom-Pom Maker, and you get your ball of yarn. So make sure that you have quite a bit of yarn, so measure it out, maybe about 1 meter. So you're going to hold your Pom-Pom Maker in front of you like this, and you're going to hold one of the pieces of yarn with your middle finger, and then all you're going to do is wrap it around these 2 spokes here. Okay, so just keep wrapping, and you can use whichever colour you want. You can make your hedgehog as colourful as you want to. So when you can't see the gap in between these 2 bits, then you know it's time to cut your yarn, and you should be left with 2 bits of yarn coming out either side. So we've got one coming out here, and then one coming out here. And what you're going to do is you're going to tie those pieces together. So one of them is going to go underneath the yarn. And you're going to poke it out the hole. So you should get your lovely piece of pink yarn out of there. You're going to wrap it around once more. And you're going to tie it to the other piece of yarn coming out the other side. Okay, now that's 1 knot, and then you're going to loop it underneath again. And tie it at the back so it's nice and tight, so that string isn't going anywhere. So maybe you can get an adult to help you if you can't tie it quite tight enough. Okay, so now we've got a bow kind of shape. What you're going to do is you're going to take your scissors and carefully put them underneath each side of the yarn, and then you're going to snip the edges. So one side should start looking like that, and then you're going to do exactly the same to the other side. And then your pom-pom should come off. So just slip it off the Pom-Pom Maker, and then you can get the 2 ends of your string that you had before and just make sure that's super tight. So now we're going to stick it on the back of the hedgehog. And there we have our Pom-Pom Hedgehog. So these were our crafts today. A Pom-Pom Hedgehog and a toilet roll dog. I hope you had fun making them along with me. I can't wait to see what you've done. If you'd like to send me any photos of what you've made, please send them to chloe@jw3.org.uk, and I can't wait to see what you've done, and see you soon. Bye guys.